Jamie Oliver came out with the notion of jerk rice.
Punchy.
Exactly. Punchy jerk rice.
Punchy jerk rice. Cultural appropriation of basically using the term jerk just to sell stuff.
I mean, why does it matter though?
Because jerk chicken and jerk pork and jerk fish and jerk beef originates from Jamaica.
Yeah.
For the most part, I think the reaction on the Jamaican side was a lot of uproar. Not the name, so what is jerk rice? Tonight, we take on Jamie Oliver from our little island, Chef Hylton.
Well, I think originally jerk was really a way of cooking. It wasn't really about seasoning per se. It was, and then also the element of jerk was also preserving meat. So that is important. But the thing is, it's all well and good that we get very upset when another person takes what we figure that we might have originated. But then we should then go on the legal route and protect the term jerk.
There's something around, I think, his defense, that irked more people and I think sparked more of the negative response of appropriation. Not so much that you can't utilize the culture and spread the benefits of the culture, because the more persons know about Jamaican culture, Jamaican jerk, the better. But two things, at least keep the core of what jerk is and the process or the ingredients, which he did neither, right? And then to at least respect the fact that he's earning money off our culture with giving nothing back.
Jerk has been around for centuries, correct? So the guy makes jerk rice, right? And it's not the first product that he's made that's not British. I don't know how many real British meals there are, as far as I know. Even fish and chips isn't really British.
People are constantly borrowing from each other.
Exactly.
But in anything that is creative, it happens the same thing. If it's music, you are gonna borrow a rhythm. Like you do dancehall music, you are borrowing rhythms that you pick up from here and there. But also in the case of jerk, who owns that?
Jamaican people who have collectively established a process historically and maintain that process.
Is there any such thing?
Yes, there's actually an application process right now going through the Intellectual Property Office internationally to establish recognizing the Jamaican jerk and jerk as something from Jamaica.
Is there something in cultural appropriation that's wrong? We're all always borrowing and therefore...
I mean, historically, it makes no sense. It's always been like that. I mean, you can call it appropriation. Historians know that there have been cultural exchanges since the beginning of times. That's how culture, innovations, ideas, they spread all over the world. So there's a process of like migration, commercial exchanges. And with that migration and commercial exchanges, ideas, different cultural elements are taken to other places. Right. And then when we use the term appropriation, we're referring to something different. It is that you make it yours.
He didn't use any form of ingredients that was related to jerk, right? I mean, yes, he didn't call it Jamaican, right? But he called it jerk for a reason, right? Because he knew it would sell products, right? And it is because of the association with jerk being something wonderful as far as culinary relation. As far as the appropriation, you can look at it as borrow, you can also look at it as theft.
First of all, we don't do jerk rice. It doesn't exist here.
Right.
So he created something new that we have no claim to. Let's say he did some kind of jerk chicken or jerk pork. I could understand some of the ire. But jerk rice is not something that we have.
Jerk is a process. Do you accept that?
Fine, but the rice is not related. We all agree that the rice that he has created bears no resemblance to anything.
He didn't call it alter rice.
Nothing. It doesn't have the ingredients, the process doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So why are we so upset?
That whole cultural appropriation kind of applies because they have the bigger picture, the bigger opportunity to benefit from it. Whereas Jamaica is getting nothing. Right. You understand? And then what happened is that if you look to the history of jerk, right? It's war. It's survival. It is really coming from the slaves. I mean, there's a lot of elements to it because you have to understand that the runaway slaves, and then you have to also understand that the spices really came from the seaside, where all the boats come in and the trade and all of that. So the spices came from there. The Indians basically showed how they utilized it, right? And then as far as the cooking methods and all of that now. You know, people's stories have it that it was because they had to cook it underground because of the smoke and the smoke and that. But pretty much they would, of course, get wild boar, they'll butcher it, right? They will put in the spices and all of that. But more importantly, to preserve the meat before they cooked it, like if they had to move or to travel somewhere else, they actually wrapped it in a thing they call pepper elder. It's a big leaf. It's actually very aromatic. I mean, I actually use it in cooking, right? And it's very abundant in Portland. In the cooking method now, what they'll actually heat up the stones. So they'll pack this hole and then put in stones and all of that. And then you'd light the fire, right? And you get all those things hot. Because essentially what you're doing, you're cooking without any form of oxygen. Right. Well, it really came from a Spanish word named charqui.
Charqui. Okay.
Right.
C-H-A-R.
And so which means jerk. So the translation.
Was it more with the spicing or the cooking method?
Well, you know what? To me, it's actually a combination. You understand? Yeah. I think it's the whole thing. Everything that is used, everything that, you know.
Which is why the thing of chicken and fish and chips and such are, I think, are irrelevant comparisons.
What makes this situation even more egregious is that, you know, it's a second colonization of rice that he's done.
Colonization of rice. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before.
Well, you were right, thank you. In 2014, he did jollof rice. Spicy tomato base, and the rice is cooked in it. You can add goat meat, you can add chicken, you can add peas. And that's where you stop.
Okay.
You know, he was using vine ripened tomatoes that were grilled. He added some herbs and bell peppers and then called it jollof rice. Now, fast forward to 2018, and as you rightly said, when you hear the word jerk, I mean, as someone who's lived in white spaces a lot, you can see the nuance of how to sell something without saying Jamaica. Yeah, right? And jerk is one of those things. But Jamie did again in his non-apology, because it's not the first time. Margot Pierre White did this a few years ago with his Jamaican brown rice with petit pois chicken. Then we had Dole a few months ago who did this ripe banana with chicken, boiled chicken, and called it jerk. But they quickly came and not only apologized and pulled it, he doubled down. Now, if you look at the ingredients of punchy jerk rice, it's eggplant, it's jalapeno, which I find even more of a
that even Scotch bonnet.
And then cilantro. Right? And I'm like, what are you trying to do? And then lentils are trying to say, oh, but then he said it's a healthy alternative. So again,
insult you further.
So like Jamaican food is not healthy. So I, again, as the white hand to lift you up, I'm going to teach you how to be healthy in your own native food.
For the people who are offended, where is the line between somebody paying homage to something and appropriating?
Paying homage would be respecting the process or at least ingredients. I would consider that paying homage.
I'm probably giving credit to where
I'm probably giving credit to where you got the idea. Even if you said Caribbean such and such or whatever it may be. But the thing about it is that, I still have issue with the jerk thing because we still own that. You understand? A silly thing. You understand? And I'll give it up, right? And now let it to you either. Right? But if you're going appropriate it, you understand? By way of borrowed or theft. You understand?
Then do it right.
Then I think you should at least respect the ingredients.
Why can't like a Grace Kennedy, seeing that punchy jerk rice is so famous, so fantastic, and everywhere is selling all across Britain, why can't we just create our own? I mean, yes, it's late, and we should have done this 10 years ago, should have done this 5 years ago, but why can't we do it now? And secondly, all he's doing is that he has a brand, puts his brand on it, and it instantly it's famous. Marley Coffee is doing somewhat the same thing. I don't know if it's owned by Marley's or in Jamaica or overseas, but at least they're doing the same thing, and I know they're going to do it with Marley Weed, so why can't we do the same thing with Jamaican jerk?
I think we could, and we should.
The intense conversation continued, and honestly, that's the point. We at Adtelligent believe you can have civil disagreements over fantastic food and wine. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for the Adtelligent 8 at 8 dinner series, where food meets controversy.